we have discovered or studied or learned what word I have to use. You say we have listened to. And what I can say? I have taught. My job is over. But thing is that about what? Four paths. Atma is supposed to have four paths. Three paths were isolated. The fourth pada is not a distinct and different pada, varga or a facet. Other than the three, it is in and through these three and yet free from all those features. So 17 pointers were there, and that is what is Chaturtham Manyante. Chaturtham means Chaturiyam. Chaturiyam means Turiyam. This word Turiya is very popular. So Turiyam. And itself is what? Atma, I. Well, let it be there. Why should you bother? No. Saha Atma Vidneyaha. One of my students came just now to me. Swamiji, I have read somewhere in the Mandukya, only mantra 7 is enough. Mantra 7 is enough. So please explain elaborately. I have already explained. I have already explained word by word by word by word. Now we have to see what exactly is meant by Vidneya. And if you have not got Vijnana, tune in your instrument. Everything is there. More than this not necessary. All that is taught, in spite of that, you are not able to gain Vijnana. Tune in your what? What is the instrument? Antakarana. Find out. So how will you say? I don't know. Olden days, now I don't know. When the pilot takes off a flight, he is supposed to check some things, many things, and he can't do it with memory. And nowadays I don't technology has developed, I don't know what it is all about. But he has to, but the list is there. He has to go on checking, tick, 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 without taking for granted because you can't recall the memory as such. So like that, we have to tick in. Number 1, what is it? Sadhana Chatushya Sampatti, 1 comprising of how many? Viveka, Vairagya, 6. Shuddhabodhananda 6, how many? 8. Then, that is Viveka, Vairagya, Shuddhabodhananda, Moksha. Shuddhabodhananda, Viveka, Vairagya, Shuddhabodhananda, Moksha. 2 plus 3 plus 6, 9. And in that, one is very important. And if you have got that one, others will already. So like that, no? Suppose you want to enter a palace, strict guards are there. So, among them, one guard is known to you. Then what the? He might live with it. Like that, 9 preparations are necessary. Of course, Shuddhabodhananda, etc. are there. Among them, you can befriend one. Aapka kaam ho gaya. Your job is done. And what is that? Gatekeeper. Vairagya. Nowadays, even the acharyas are soft paddling Vairagya. What is soft paddling? Soft paddling Vairagya, because in this lesson Vairagya, audience will run away. And they kya karenge? What will be done afterward? So it should not be good. If Vairagya is not there, then just look here. Then better take where? Karma and upasana. If you have got desires, fulfill legitimate desires by what? Karma and upasana. At the same time, when you take to karma and upasana, it is not worldly means, we have to take to what means? The scriptural means. And when you take to scriptural means, what happens? Indirectly, you are living a life of dharma. And when you are living a life of dharma, what happens? So then because of that, your past sins get eliminated and you develop viveka, faculty of discrimination. When you develop viveka, vairagya slowly dawns. So then what happens? Hitherto, my mind that was totally preoccupied in the sense object all along, now is what? It finds no delight in them and it takes to itself to the pursuit of taking to higher goal of life. Therefore, what happens? The mind becomes, come on, what? Introvert. Sanskrit we say antarmukha. Presently, what was its condition? Extrovert. Bahirmukha. See, without introvert mind, without antarmukha, you simply forget gaining the AtmaJnana, Brahma-jnana. You may take delight in Vedanta. See, I told many times. Vedanta is a subject, if you are really interested, you can get delighted, like little difficult to begin with. Like I say, I compare with mathematics or Sanskrit. Generally, to the student, mathematics and Sanskrit are a little difficult. But if you really take interest, very interesting subjects like that, if you take delight in this is something, but it is not the end. There must be direct discovery, because why this is not new, I am telling you, we have gone through it, but the context is coming. What is that vidneyaha? For that we should know the background. What for do we take to Vedanta? What is there we are aspiring to gain through Vedanta? Is it collecting some information? Now what will happen? Use information. You will be a better informed person. Is it? Yes. A well-informed person. A lay person doesn't know. In modern world, a lay person doesn't know. Otherwise, you ask even children handling with the internet, etc., they can tell you many things. You will be a well-informed person. But are you taking that? And it will be one of the hobbies. They have got many people have got many hobbies. You have got a hobby of what? Vedanta. What for are you taking to Vedanta? At least be aware of it. You say what? Moksha. I don't know what moksha. What do you mean by moksha? Liberation. What do you mean by liberation? Why you want that liberation? Now, let us not use these words for the time being. We are going to come, that is what we have to come to, that is there. But let us start from the scrap. Is it not to be totally free from sorrow and gain happiness? And what type of happiness? Perennial happiness, if possible. Yes or no?
Yes.
Is it not, having found that birth and death which we get subjected to the cycle repeatedly, being painful, is it not that we want to get rid of that? Yes, sir. Yes. Presently, what is our life? We are sukhi or dukhi. We are happy or sorrowful. Right, you are good. Don't say we are sukhi, don't say you are dukhi. At times you are sukhi also. At times you are happy, and many times sorrow. Is it unhappy? We are mixture of both, joy and sorrow. But we don't want that mixed happiness. We want to have happiness that is there. Again, we want to have happiness which is not dependent on something. If happiness depends on something, what will happen? That condition, state, wherein I am able to get that happiness from a particular object, being or event, may get what? Become otherwise, I will not. So, what I should have? I should have happiness which is independent of everything, never waning, neither coming nor going, all the time. Is it ever possible? If you just observe the world, is there such a happiness? Including heavens? No. They may be better off, but they are not that. Then what is that? Here Upanishad says, my dear sir, your swarupa is that. Actually, in and through your pursuit, you are trying to regain that happiness, free from joys and sorrows, free from embodiment, free from birth and death, etc. That is what you are doing. And because you don't know what happens to us now, we suffer what is popularly known as what? Samsara. When you say we suffer, I suffer samsara, what do you mean by suffer? Are you experiencing or not?
Yes.
If you want to get freed from suffering of samsara, what should be the counter remedy? What is the remedy, or what is the counterpart of that? No, Upanishad says that you are free from samsara. No, Upanishad says that you are Ananda. I look at it. Is there something wrong with me? Upanishad says you are Ananda. Upanishad says you are free from sorrow. And I am full of sorrow. Ananda bahut dur hai. It is far. And at times I think I got Ananda. Before I could think that I got Ananda, what happens? Slips away. Like Krishna giving a slip to Jarasandha. He is running such a way, he has to come very close. Jarasandha, ye bacche ko pakda abhi. This fellow is caught now. He slipped. So like that. By the time I think that, so now, if I am double together, you are sorrowful. Sorrowful means mixed with joy and sorrow. How do you know that? Are you aware? Do you know that you are sorrowful many times and sometimes happy?
Yes.
How do you know that? Is it without experience you know? Now, if I am to know myself to be free from sorrow, I have to know myself to be nothing but happiness. Should I not be aware of it? Must be honest. Should I not be aware of it? Can I be aware of it? Can I know it without being aware of it? Look, I am hungry. Knowledge or not? How did you come to know? I am aware of. Is it not? This is the introduction to what? Vidneya should be understood properly. See, this is not that somebody said, go in detail, I am going in detail. I am going in. If you miss these few small things, you will miss everything else. And afterwards come to a wrong conclusion, what is it all about. So if I am supposed to know I am hungry, should I be aware of it or not?
Yes.
If I am aware of it, what is the synonym for that word? I experience hunger, yes or no? If my mind is agitated, if I am to know my mind agitated, I should be aware of that my mind is agitated. I have to experience that what? My mind is agitated, then I come to know. Now, keep our hunger intact, okay? Afterwards we can eat food. That what is the remedy for that hunger? Eating the food. Now, when you will know you have solved the problem of hunger, of course temporarily, at this time, when stomach is full, you feel contented, you will feel nourished, etc. Should you be aware of it or not? To know that your hunger is appealed, aware of it or not. So therefore, what happens now? So I should be aware that because of my eating the food, what has happened? My hunger is appealed. I am what? Contented. You have got knowledge or not now? What? I am no more happy. My hunger is appealed. Without that experience, is it that? So that means we are deducing a rule for which I will prove it from Yoga Vasishta, not now, in new context, that any experiential problem can be solved only by equally experiential solution. Come on. Anyone contradict? Any experiential problem has to be, of course, for that many other things will be there. But finally, it has to be counteracted by what? An experiential solution. If I am samsari, if I get subjected to sorrow, etc., the solution must be there. If it is reality, I should have equal experience that I am free from samsara, I am free from sorrow. Without that, you do whatsoever you may, your problem is not going to get solved. Your pursuit of hunting the happiness, chasing the happiness, running away from sorrow is not going to end. In our Vedantic parlance, your jidnyasa. What is jidnyasa? That earnest desire to know Atma, Brahma, because you have discerned that problem of samsara can be what? Solved only by AtmaJnana, Brahma-jnana. Then what are they? Desire is there. What desire is there? What is that Atma? What is that Brahma? That jidnyasa can end only when you have experienced what? Yourself to be as guided by the Upanishad, free from what? Free from sorrows, nothing but happiness, free from upadhis. And when you say free from upadhis, you are free from all the sorrows arising from gross body, subtle body, latent in the causal body. Yes or no? You are free from that. So that is how it is. So if this is not there, your pursuit, that your jidnyasa is not going to end. That's why. So now let us see what is meant by this vidneya. That vidneya specifically points out that you should have a first-hand knowledge, means what? Preceded by what? Awareness. You have to be aware of directly no sorrows, not only no sorrows, when now, afterwards, they may jump on your head like these atheists, just to discourage these Shuddhabodhananda people. People take bath in the Ganges, etc., etc. They say, what for you take bath? My sins get washed. That means ended. You don't know. What you said is true. What is that? When you take the bath, your sins go away. Do you know where they go? They perch on the tree on the back. And moment you return after bath, they jump on your head. So now, no sorrows, but afterwards what? Again sorrows. No. Not only I have no sorrows, there is no possibility whatsoever of sorrow in me. What does that mean? Mandu. Vidneyaha. Should be what? Vidneyaha. Now let us see what is meant by Vidneyaha. So now, Vidneyaha literally means should be known with difference. Because Neya means should be known. But there is a prefix V indeclinable with the prefix there, and that V has got something Vishesha. It hints, points out something specific feature that V. So generally V that is in this shows either separation or being apart, distinction, or that is what discrimination, or something intense will come in each other. V prefix is separation. You should know yourself, how your true nature as separate from, free from three upadis. What are those three upadis? What are three upadis? Sthula Sharira, Sthula Sharira, Karma Sharira. Karma Sharira includes the ignorance. If you don't want, takes ignorance separately, free from them. That is what separated from them. Apart from them. That is one thing. Why? These three are not the intrinsic feature of what? But from where they have come? Come on, tell me from where they have come. In the language of Vedanta, they are adhyasta, they are superimposed, falsely attributed to I, Atma, because of my ignorance. Accepted? Now, other meaning can be distinction. Know it with distinction. What is the distinction? Don't you know many things in life? You know many things in life, you don't know many things in life, yes or no? How do you know? That is after the process of gaining knowledge. I, me, the individual, who is the knower, jnata, etc., knows the object, be the subject, jnata, the knower, knows the object, Vishaya, distinct from me. Neya, no, knower, no, and connected with a process. What is that process? Knowledge. What do you mean by knowledge? Actually, you should be very careful about this. They say Triputi, the word is Triputi. Jnata, Jnana, Neya. Jnata, knower. Neya, known. Jnana, knowledge. What do you mean by knowledge? Jnana vritti. Very important. I really wonder how many acharyas know this. Yes, sir. The very, it's not Jnata, Jnana, knower, known, knowledge. Triputi is tribe. Don't get frightened by the word Triputi. Triputi means in English we can say subject, objects, and the process involved between. That's subject, knower, object, known, the process of knowing. That is what? Through what? Instrumentation of the means of tattadakara vritti, antakarana vritti, corresponding to what is to be known. Fine. Same thing applies to experience. See this Triputi. Triputi means trio, a group of three. And what are those group of three? Knower, knowledge, know. Jnata, Neya, this, with respect to knowledge. This is what we are familiar with. Experience wise, we are familiar with the same thing. How? Anubhavita, word is different. Experiencer, Anubhuta, experienced, Anubhava, the vritti, antakarana vritti, which actually gives you the experience. Is it not? That's what you are familiar with. Now, third one we can say, understanding. When you are understanding, understander. Because some people use that, I have to bring that also. When you say, because they say, Brahma Sakshaatkaara means simple understanding. Don't get frightened away with such words, etc. Something is solace. Understanding, you have to think that. When you say understanding, who is the understander? Jnata, knower. Understood, known. Process is there or not? What process? Understanding. Then you have to say understanding. College or go, you can't say. What is the understanding? Antakarana. Reputed trial in order that we are familiar with such type of knowledge, such type of experience. Yes or no? Any blessed experience of ours, take from the word, we are familiar with that. Say that is neya ho gaya. With distinction. What is that? Visheshena neyam. Specifically with some distinct feature, what is that? Knowing, experiencing, understanding. Familiar word I am using. So, understanding without. Is it ever possible? Is it ever possible? Without knower, without the known, without the knowing process, without the experiencer, without the experienced, without the experiencing process, is it possible? This is where some people have gone wrong. They think that experience means Tripudi, Trayo. They forget with the same logic, with the same judgment, knowledge means what? Tripudi. Same thing, because we have seen now. No knowledge, Tripudi is there. They forget it. Understanding means what? Tripudi. Then why you don't take into account that and hammer on explain it? Atma cannot be experienced. If you say so, and if not if you say so, if you mean by this statement that Atma as an object of my experience cannot be experienced, you are 100% correct. I vote for you. Someone said, election thing was going on. He challenged a rival. If you are 1/10 of such and such person, I will vote for it. If you are, I would. I am not supposed to take if the rival person is nowhere near to administer the country. So that if you are 1/10 of such a person who is capable of anything, I am going to certainly vote for it. Let us not bother about that. So now, this. If you say Puri, because why? This notion is prevailing and the mind is so indoctrinated that the moment you utter the word Anubhava, experience, branded, this fellow doesn't know reason. It has come to that extent. They come to that extent. This fellow doesn't. As if even to utter the word Anubhava, as if a crime in Vedanta. Only because of this. If you say Atma cannot be an object of experience of who? The knower or experiencer as an object. Right. That's what that me shows That is possible in Tripuri. So long as Tripuri, whether you experience something, whether you know something, whether you understand something, it is not real Atma at all. Why? This Tripuri is not a feature of who? The Atma. Therefore, we Visheshena Jneyam means what? Knowing or experiencing how or understanding how without the Tripuri. Is it possible or not? They think that it is not possible. Experience without Tripuri is possible. We can verify. Right now we can verify it. We did not go somewhere, etc. Come on, tell me, you sleep or not? Is it an experience or not?
Yes.
Now tell me, in sleep, is the Tripuri there? Is the sleeper aware that I am sleeping? And is aware means what? My example of child. Yes, mommy, I am asleep. Nobody will say. Are you asleep? If the person is asleep, yes answer can never come. Is it not? In sleep, the sleeper is not available. Slept nothingness, whatever that is there, is not available. The process of being aware of it also, experience is there or not? How do you know after waking up? That means sleep experience is possible without Tripuri. Now I can use the word Tripuri. You want the English subject, object and the process involved between the two. Trio. Fine. That is all that. One more I will add. If you say we don't know, is Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, wherein Dhyata, the subject, the Jnata is not there. Dheya alone is there. Dhyana, the process of antakara vrittis, dheyakara, etc. that is not there because entire antakarana has become nothing but what? Dheyakara. You may say, as a Puritan, oh, there also vrittis are there, what vrittis are there, subtle vrittis are there, etc. We are not bothered about it. We are bothered about only the vrittis other than the Dheya. And we are talking of which Samadhi? We'll come to that. Viveka Prajna Samadhi, Samadhi of Vedanta, and not many Samadhis described by who? Patanjali, which are there with the form. We are not talking of that. So therefore, in Samadhi, Tripuri is not there, Anubhava is there. Moment you come out Samadhi, of course, Triputis are going to come. But they are different. So therefore, now, come on. Experience without Tripuri is possible or not?
Yes.
Knowledge without Tripuri possible or not? Understanding, if at all you are very fond of that word, without Tripuri is possible or not? Actually, you know, I experience, I know, I understand. These are the expressions when you come out of it. Just as I slept, a Tripuri is there or not? In your statement, Tripuri is there. But when you underwent that experience, Tripuri was there. So likewise, in Samadhi, only Atma and Atma alone was there. At that time, Tripuri was not there. When you came out of it, what is called as what? Vyuthana. Then what are you doing? You are trying to verbalize an experience wherein Tripuri was not understood. So therefore, this is because they don't accept the relevance of samadhi in spiritual pursuit. They say samadhi, though covetable, has no relevance in spirituality. Number one, this way. And at the same time, what happens? They are also teaching. Bhashyas also they are teaching. And the context has come, they say, Vedanta accepts samadhi as a means. Otherwise, you'll get the blow there. Okay, because that's what it said. For example, if you take 6th chapter, Atmana, Bhashyakara said, Samadhi Parishuddhena Antakaranena. Beta kya karega abhi? But he has to accept what? Samadhi as the means of preparing the Shuddha Antakarana. And outside they say what? Samadhi has no relevance in the. They are contradicting. In short, what they mean is. So therefore, Atma, Turiya, is not something experiential. It is to be known and all verbosity. It is to be claimed. It is to be claimed. How you claim something? This is my property. How do you claim? This is my property. How do you claim? First you should be aware of it or not. Without that, and then you have to prove. I am the only person who has got total right over it. Is it not? Can you claim otherwise? So this Turiya or Paramanta Swarupa is not Jnani claims it but doesn't experience it. For that now, in this background, let me say let me tell you or let us find out what is the meaning of what? Vidneyaha. Last time I hinted, I don't know whether you remember or not. What did I do? To whom we have to turn to get the meaning of Vidneya? Bhashyakara. As I told you, for some reason, Mandukya Bhashyakara is silent. Vidneya. He goes ahead. Sometimes, no, in the original text, etc. comes. That's it, Adi. Adi given by who? Original text. Commentator can't say etc. Commentator has to do what? Explain what is the etc. Now, Vidneya, our problem is what? What exactly is meant by Vidneya? We have to turn to whom? Bhashyakara. Bhashyakara has not explained it all. Just it goes further. Vidneya. I told you the nature of Bhashya. Because when you say Bhashya, you can't just leave and go. That is one of the rules. And if he has not explained, what does it mean? He has explained elsewhere, which he takes for granted that you know it. If you don't know what is to be done, go to a person who knows it. It is the job of who? Acharya. It is the job of Acharya. Because Acharya has to do homework for you. Don't think. I have to do a lot of homework, and for this, give me a lot of homework. See why? Because the clarity must be, once you know what it is, because such wrong notions are prevailing, and that will be the truth one day. Sir, if you don't know, you don't place before what exactly is the truth. So that will say, Vidneyaha. So, Bhashyakara takes for granted that you have studied Kenopanishad with Bhashya. Bhuteshu Bhuteshu Vichitya Dhiraha. There, Bhuteshu Bhuteshu Vichitya Dhiraha. Pretyasma Loka Amrutaha Bhavanti. It is not going all this thing. There the word Vichitya is there. Vichitya. Now first let us analyze this word Vichitya. See, V has come there. Distinction. This word, no triputis. Chitya. Now this Chitya means Chit. Chetati, Chetayate. The dhatu is what? Chit, Chetati, Chetayate. That is what Chetayate means. Either to perceive, to see, to know, to understand, to be aware of, or to be conscious of. What is that? Chit, Chetati, Chetayate means to perceive, to see, to know, to understand, be aware of, or be conscious of. But what is the prefix? V. What you tell them? Removed what? With distinction. What is the distinction? Without the triputi. We are not talking about your Vichitya in the case of the Jagat, etc. But without this, it is possible where we are seeing sleep out of question. Samadhi. To be aware, let us keep the word. To be aware of myself, Turiya, Atma, as it is, free from what? Adhyastha Upadi. And when you say free from Adhyastha Upadi, even those trio, what are those trio? Triputi. That is knower, known, knowledge, experiencer, experience, experienced, they will end. That we say, Vichitya, that is again the Bhashya, he says, Vidnyaya. Our word has come. See, V plus Jna. Jna can be with Jnana, Jna can be made Jneya, depending on the context. So, Vidnyaya, having known. What is that having known? Or simply having known? How having known? With V, Visheshena, with distinction. What is the distinction? Removing the triputi. For which next word is says Sakshaatkaara. Sakshaatkaara. Now our problem is, what is Sakshaatkaara? As Indians born in India, Bharat, I am sure whether you want or not, unless you have educated yourself from the convent school, from the childhood, or teacher speaking in English, then you will be away from all this. Like that I told you once. One Tamil boy, ashram I was there, a Tamil boy was he was working in the office in the club. He was close to, he said, at that time of the brahmachari, why don't you teach me something Vedanta? I said, okay. I will teach you Tapobodhi. And when I came, Prithvi, what is that Prithvi? yeah. Prithvi, he is pure Tamil. He doesn't know the Prithvi. Why? In Tamil language it is not there. I have to tell earth. So like that, being a convent educated child, all of you may be now 75, unless you come across other things that you may not know what is Sakshaatkaara. Are you not aware of this word from Puranas? Upasanas are done, dhyana. He got Sakshaatkaara who? Upasya Daivata, is it not? It's not. It's what? Upasya and Daivata are directly what? No vagueness. Darshana. Is it not? If you don't know, our Andheri telephone exchange knows it. I told you. Few decades back, I was shuttling on that road to go to my church gate class. But where I used to go. And big complexities more there. One day I noticed होते साक्षात्कार का समय साक्षात हो वरिष्ठ अधिकारी means time for interview with the higher officials. Suppose you want a complaint letter, generally you go to the window, some clerk is sitting, and then you want to go directly to the officer. Said, this is Sakshaatkaara. They understood. Below that English was there, that came to my rescue. Interview for the time means you can meet personally. What does it mean, Sakshaatkaara? One-to-one. Personal. Here also, Sakshaatkaara. Who is the one who gave Sakshaatkaara? Who? Loudly? Jnani. Jnani has got it. But who is aspiring to get it? Mumukshu. Jidnyasu. What is his plight now? Give me a technical. Jiva. Jiva, individual, Jiva. Jiva wants to have Sakshaatkaara like that. Dhruva wanted to have Sakshaatkaara of Narayana. And Narayana came. Say, Dhruva, open your eyes. See, he refuses. I have got cheated many times. You come inside. Give me the vision within. And Narayana has to oblige him. You have to give him. Even then, seeing differences there or not. So here, one who is aspiring for Sakshaatkaara is who? Jiva. And what is aspiring whose Sakshaatkaara? Brahma. There, Dhruva and Narayana with the Triputi is possible. Here, if Triputi is there, that is no more Brahma at all. What has to have? Triputi has to end. When Triputi has ended, where is Jiva? Jiva is no more. Who is that? Brahma alone is that. That is Sakshat. No, Kabir ko hai no? जब ढूंढा तुझको पाया तेरा पता नहीं अब पाया तेरा पता अब मेरा पता नहीं. See, a simple doha it appears. How much high level knowledge has stuffed in there. Bhagavan, जब ढूंढा तुझको, when I searched you, तेरा पता नहीं पता. देखिए, I was there or not? Yes. जब पाया तेरा पता, when I discovered it, अब मेरा पता नहीं, मैं ही नहीं हूँ उधर. Same thing he has put it another way. प्रेम गली अति सांकरी, जामे तू दो न समाय. जब मैं था हरि नहीं, अब हरि है मैं नहीं. Such a great truth is there. Prema gali. Prema means devotion, bhakti. Gali means streets. The streets of devotion, ati sankari, very narrow, one-way traffic. Very narrow. So I am searching you. जब मैं था, I am on the state of what? Devotion. And I am taking devotion. Hari nahi. I could not get Hari. अब हरि है, you got Hari. मैं ना. So therefore in Sakshaatkaara, who Jiva aspiring to have Sakshaatkaara of who? Brahma. Jiva would. Jiva would. Jivatva. Jiva would. The status of Jiva disappears. What it means? Brahma only. That is Sakshaatkaara. There is nothing other than that, but nothing other than what you are. So in terms of Vedantic, I have told you in terms of Bhakti, same thing in the Vedanta definition of Brahma Sakshaatkaara. Next time I have not yet taken Vidneya, what Bhashya, of course. In Kenopisha Bhashya, Vichitya, Vidnyaya, Sakshatkritya. Means what? Vidneya means what? Come on, give me English, Sanskrit phrase. Sakshatkartavya. You have to have that Sakshatkar. Sakshatkartavya. Vidnyana, Sakshatkara. That's what the word. Now, say, in Bhagavad Gita Bhashya, let us see what Lord Krishna has to say. Krishna distinguished between Jnana and Vijnana. And Bhashyakara comes to our rescue and explains what is Jnana and what is Shuddhabodhananda. Please bear with me. I have to go in detail as such, because once forever this wrong notion has to be wiped out. Otherwise, you may nod your head today and afterward, I think that seems to be correct. How Atma can be experienced? Tripudi is not possible, etc. Then we should let us see what Shastra has to say. We will also see based on common sense. We will see this at three levels. Based on common sense that AtmaJnana, BrahmaJnana must necessarily have the Atmanubhava Brahma, common sense. Based on reasoning, of course based on Shastra. Right? So that it is very clear to us. Still, I have not told you what Bhashyakara is commenting on the word Vijnana used by none other than Lord Bhagavan Sri Krishna, that he distinguished between Jnana, knowledge, Vijnana, and Vijnana, what exactly is seen.